guys, there's currently an update on UK immigration that allows the period spent on the post-study work visa to be counted as part of your number of years before you are eligible to apply for the indefinite leave to remain. Now, I'm going to be explaining this in full details in this video, so if it's something that's going to interest you, don't go anywhere, keep watching till the end. And if you're coming across my channel for the first time, click on the red subscribe button to join this amazing growing family and get updates. Click on the notification bell so you get updated whenever I upload a new video on this channel. And for my returning subscribers, I love you guys. Thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate you. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. When the post-study work visa was introduced by the UK government, it was specifically stated by the government that the period stayed on post-study work visa is not counted as part of the number of years requirement for applying for the indefinite leave to remain in the UK. I can remember in 2020 when I personally went through that document when the government proposed the post-study work visa, and it was categorically stated that you can't include that because if you're a student, if you study in the UK for 10 years, if you're on student visa for 10 years, you're eligible to apply for your indefinite leave to remain. However, between the time of studies, if you're on post-study work visa, that period during your post-study work visa is not counted as part of your 10-year settlement, which is one of the reasons why people like me decided or are so keen to people not applying for the post-study work visa because it's a waste of money, it's not adding to your settlement and all of that. However, with the new update on the UK immigration as regards the 10 years ILR ROUTE introduced in 2023, it allows people to move to apply for the indefinite leave to remain if they are lived in the UK legally for 10 years. Now, initially, if you're currently on the student visa and you take up different programs while still on the student visa, after 10 years you can apply for the indefinite leave to remain in the United Kingdom. Now, what the government is saying now is that regardless of the visa category you are on while in the UK, obviously excluding visiting visa, if you're on any other visa categories like the global talent visa, the high potential individual visa, the student visa, and any other visa categories in the United Kingdom, after staying for 10 consecutive years in the UK, then you can apply for your indefinite leave to remain. So for instance, you did a 2-year program or you did a 4-year program undergraduate in the UK, then went on a post-study work visa for 2 years, then went back to study for another 2 years, which makes it about 8 years. And if you can stay on another visa, let's say for instance global talent visa, for another 2 years, then you are eligible. You don't need to wait for 5 years on the global talent visa before you can apply for ILR. The 8 years you've been in the UK legally can be added to you applying for the 10 years ILR route to remain in the UK permanently. And the amazing thing about this particular visa is that, or this particular application is that it has some conditions which you need to meet, which I'm going to share with you in this video. Now, the first condition you need to meet is that while you are on the 10 years route, you must not have lived outside the UK for 18 months consecutively. That's one of the, and not just consecutively, in total. So for instance, while living in the UK for 10 years, that means you've got about, let's say for instance, you stayed outside the UK 1 month each year. In total, that's still 10 months. However, if you stayed, let's say for instance, in the UK for 10 consecutive years, however, each year you're outside the UK for 2 months. Now, for the 10 years, that's about 20 months. If that's the case, then you're not eligible to apply for that indefinite leave to remain in the United Kingdom. Now, the UK VI office offers a premium service for ILR 10 years application in addition to the standard postal application. The Life in the UK and English language test are 2 additional requirements for 10 years ILR application. So you need to get this sorted before you're able to apply for the 10 years ILR ROUTE. Now, the requirement for ILR on 10 years basis application, there's some certain things that you need to meet requirements basically before you can apply for this ILR. Now, the application is based on 10 years uninterrupted legal residence. And one thing about this is that while you're on the 10 years, there should never be a time in between that you stayed in the UK illegally. You must ensure that you're on a legal or on a valid visa categories all through the years. That means you must have lived lawfully in the UK for 10 consecutive years. You must pass the life in UK test and prove your sufficiency in English language. You should not have breached any immigration law and maintained the status of your UK visa. That means the conditions on the visa you were staying in the UK with in the last 10 years you must have lived to those conditions, and you must have existing leave to remain in any UK immigration categories. Now, let's say for instance you're in the UK legally for 9 years, and on the last year you became an illegal immigrant. You are not eligible. Even if it's 10 years, you're not eligible to apply for this indefinite leave to remain. You must make sure you're on a visa category all through the 10 years you are in the UK. Now, no reason with regards to public interest on why it would be undesirable to grant you ILR. Now, other factors such as your age, personal history, relations in the UK, etc. will also be considered, or will also be used to consider your suitability for ILR on the grounds of public interest reasons. Now, as I said earlier on, you must make sure that you've not stayed outside the UK for more than 18 months in total, and this is about 540 days in total. You must not have stayed outside the UK for more than 540 days in total. Now, more than 28 days before the qualifying terms of continuous 10 years period has ended, you cannot apply. Now, this is what it means. It means that if in the next 28 days your 10 years of continuous residence in the UK is going to be complete, that's when you can apply. So it means that you can apply, let's say it's 2 months to 10 years of living in the UK, you are not eligible to apply. It has to be 28 days, because if you apply earlier than that, then there's not that there's possibility your ILR application would definitely be denied. Because if you enter the UK without a visa, now this is for people that came into the UK probably through the European countries, your 10 years ILR qualifying period began on the day you received your visa. So if probably you moved from any of the European countries like Spain or France and you moved into the UK illegally, now it's until the day when you got like a valid visa, whichever visa category it is, a valid visa, that's the day you start counting your 10 years. So if you have stayed in the UK for 4 years illegally and you started a new visa on the 5th year, and then you need to start counting your 10 years of continuous residence from the 5th year. So you need additional 10 years to be able to apply for the indefinite leave to remain. Now, it's crucial to have the qualifying time correct, since if you apply early without fulfilling the condition, your application will be rejected. So that's one thing you should know about counting or calculating the timing. And also, you're going to forfeit the funds. Your visa application fee is definitely gone. It's not refundable. Now, some of the documents required for the ILR 10 years application include your current passport or other valid travel ID, the biometric resident permit, which is BRP, that proves your current visa category in the United Kingdom, 2 identical passport size color photographs, and other supporting documents. Now, these supporting documents would depend on your situation in the United Kingdom. So it depends on what visa category you are while in the UK and all of those stuff. So this is one thing I felt you guys should know about. For those who are currently on post-study work visa, then it's just important for you to know that period on post-study work visa now counts as part of the 10 years long ILR route to stay in the UK permanently. So if you find this video useful, please click on the like button. If you have any question, please state in the comment section and I'll try to respond to everyone as soon as possible. And if you're coming across my channel for the first time, I don't know what you're waiting for. Click on the subscribe button to join the amazing growing family, and trust me guys, it will be worth your time. For my returning subscribers and viewers, I really love you guys. Thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate you guys. So this will be the end of this video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you.